I think I see the smile on the face of an NBA champion. Anthony Davis, AD, good to see you working with Mobile One today. How much is your world different now that you got that trophy to call home?
Haven't really got a chance to really enjoy it yet. COVID is, still locking down places to, I really want to go out into the city with the fans and kind of enjoy with them, have a parade and things like that. But I'm enjoying it as much as I can with my family and friends. And, I want to celebrate with Laker Nation.
You don't sleep just a little bit better at night knowing that, hey, I've got this one on the resume?
Oh, for sure. For sure. It was a dream come true. I always dreamt of being an NBA champion, along with many other things. And it's just something that I can scratch off the list of accomplishments. And, but I definitely don't want to make this the only one, want to have more. But to say that I'm, now officially an NBA champion it's a great feeling.
So you're working with Mobile One today, and you're offering fans the opportunity to win some exclusive signed apparel here. 14 lucky fans are going to get to win either a championship hat or a T-shirt. Tell me why you wanted to work with Mobile One here. You've been working with them for a long time.
Yeah, me and Mobile One are always doing great things. Partnering with opportunities like this for fans to get involved and win some exclusive signed apparel from me. I just love the fans. They support us. They cheer for us. They're the ones who is in the trenches with us as well. And, especially being here, for a year with Laker Nation, they did everything they could to help us win. And so, I feel like it's my duty to try to, give back to them and let them celebrate with us by, giving 14 lucky fans a chance to win a championship hat or a T-shirt, and they can, enter by going to protectyourcourt.com and sign up, and hopefully, when you sign up, you become one of those 14 lucky fans to win some exclusive signed apparel from AD.
Sweeps open up on Saturday. They go all the way through December 31st. AD, I'm a Chicago guy, so I'm wondering, when you come back to the city, like what's the number one stop that you got to make on the food side? I know you got to see friends and family, of course, but what does AD need to eat when he's in Chicago?
When I go to Chicago, I got to have Giordano's pizza. That's a must every time. Giordano's pizza is first, and a close second is Harold's Chicken.
Oh. So now we're cooking with gas. Do we go ketchup on the hot dog, or are you a Chicagoan that way?
No, I really don't. I love pizza, and so that once I get that Giordano's, I'm pretty full for the rest of the night.
There we go. So let's talk about great duos of all time. Where do you think that you and LeBron can rank if you I don't know, play a little while together here?
You don't know. I mean, he's definitely a great compliment to my game. I'm a great compliment to his. We've done something special in our first year together. So who knows? I mean, you always hear the media saying we're one of the best right now, but some of the great duos have multiple championships under their belt and been playing with each other for quite some time. So who knows if we continue to be able to play alongside each other. Who knows? I think we can definitely be up there for sure.
What's one thing you learned about playing with LeBron this year that maybe you didn't know before?
I think he's, people kind of, say he's a selfish player. He goes after his own things. He want to be the focal point, the centerpiece. But I didn't get that vibe from him. He's really a team player. He want all. I think he gets so upset when guys aren't playing to their abilities because he want them to be great. And so when he know you can play better, or you're thinking too much or things like that, that's when he'll really get on you. If you play bad and have a bad game, everybody has bad games. But when you're doing things that you don't normally do, or messing up on key things, that's when he get upset because he know you're not that type of player. And he just wants the best for you. So it's been great. I didn't really know that about him. But, he wants the best for every player, 1 through, 14 on that 15 on that roster to be great and that show all season.
Did you feel like coming in that you had to prove yourself to him?
No, I didn't. I felt like he knew what I can do. He obviously had to gain his trust. We never played alongside each other before. So that trust had to come there and figure out where we like the ball on the court, how we're going to play alongside each other, things like that. But for me to kind of come I have to prove myself to LeBron James, no, I never thought like that. My thing was, what can we do to win a championship? And seems like we did, just enough.
Yeah, I'd say you did a little bit more than enough. What was there any point in the season where you felt like, okay, I get him, he gets me, and we've got a good balance with the basketball?
It was early on. From day one, from training camp, I felt like that we got each other. We just clicked right away. I think we just was able to just connect with each other on a mental standpoint. Two guys who want to win. So it made it very easy. And two guys who already knew each other before, great friends. So I think that made it a lot easier as well. So we were able to connect from day one and just continue to build upon our relationship on and off the floor and continue to learn each other's game. And the more we did that, the more we hung around each other, the more we talked about basketball and how we can do certain things to help each other and to help the team win. I think it was over from that point. But from day one, we kind of felt like we knew we had an opportunity to do something special, and it was going to start with us too.
Anthony Davis working with Mobile One. Go to protectyourcourt.com to enter in the sweepstakes. Make yourself get yourself that championship hat or T-shirt. A lot of people are saying that this Golden State team is going to come back strong next year and going to be a competitor for the Lakers. Do you see Golden State as a serious threat?
I'm not sure what they're doing, or I'm not worried about Golden State. I'm worried about myself and trying to, figure out, my situation. So I'm not worried about another team and what they're doing. It's not my job to worry about another team, what they're doing, but they have a lot of great players over there for sure. With Steph and Clay coming back healthy. So we'll see. But they've been great all these years. So I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back.
Yeah. So you don't have a whole lot of problem on either end of the court here, AD, but if you had to name, like right now, toughest guy for you to guard, anybody jump to mind?
I think KD is a guy who's very tough to guard. I think him, and believe it or not, Dame, James Harden, those three guys they're tough. Especially KD, just because he's 6'11", 7 feet, able to handle the ball, shoot extremely well, off the dribble, catch and shoot. You can put it on the floor. He can finish. And so he can pass. It's just, nothing that he can't do. James, I think he's the best isolation player in the game. His step backs, the way he's able to draw fouls, and Dame, his ability just to, as soon as he cross half court, able to shoot the ball, it's just tough to guard because you don't know if you want to pick him up further. You cross half court, you picking him up, he's able to go by you, and make the right plays. So I think those three guys are the toughest in that order.
It's fun to listen to you talk about. You're not taking out any position here. You're talking about having to cover guards. KD. We're not talking about any real true bigs here, which that just speaks to, hey, you feel like you could stop anyone basically, or at least you're going to give it your best.
Absolutely. Anybody I guard who's in front of me, I take it personal. I hate when guys score on me. Guys going to make tough shots, but when guys score on me, I get upset. Because I feel like I want to be able to stop everybody I go up against, and so. Either position. We did a lot of switching this past year. With my ability to guard 1 through 5, and I took it personal when I guarded the other guys. I know. I mean, I guarded Russ the whole Houston series. So I mean, it's just depending on matchups, and for me, I try to make sure I win that matchup every time.
So you mentioned KD and you mentioned James, and I mean, always moving parts in the league, and the rumors out there now is like KD, Kyrie, and James playing together. I'm thinking there's only one basketball. I don't know. Those are three dudes that need the ball in their hand. Can that work? I mean, that seems crazy to me.
I don't know. I mean, you got a great coach over there, great-minded guy who knows the game from a point guard position. So I don't know. And it's not my job to try to see if it can work. I mean, that's those guys. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, like I say, I'm trying to figure out what Anthony Davis is going to do. And once I figure that out, then we'll start looking at teams and things like that. But that will be a crazy team though.
Yeah. I love that the way you're talking about, like trying to figure out what you're going to do. Some fans will be like, players have too much power nowadays. It's bad for the league that they feel like they can control. Whereas I kind of, I find it extremely entertaining. Guys are advocating for themselves, like where they want to go. Like, what do you think when people say like, it's not great for the league that so-and-so can choose to go here and there and try to force their way around?
I mean, them guys never play on a professional level. Like, how you going to say what's great for the league? You never played in the league, so you don't know what's great for the league. And I think, players should have their ability to control their own destiny and do what they want to do. I mean, it's the same way for, I just went through it not too long ago. And if a team, trades a player, and now it's all about business. So it's a business side of basketball, things like that. But when a player asks to leave or want to control their own destiny, then the player looks bad. So, I think the players are just gaining control of their careers back and doing what they want to do with what's best for them and their families. And if someone gets mad at that, then who cares? I don't. So. Yeah.
I mean, and I doubt he's calling you up for advice, but if somebody was in the same situation, like if James or whatever, Russell, right, and they're like, hey, AD, what do you think? How should I handle this? What would you say?
I think they already know. I mean, they both been through it already.
Yeah,
Russ been through it, OKC, and James went through it in OKC as well. So, I think they both know what to do. I think they're two guys who've been in the league long enough and know what they want. They both made a ton of money, and those two guys who I know for a fact wants to win because I'm really close with both of them, and they want to win. They want to compete for a championship, and whether that's in Houston where they are now or somewhere else, I know they're going to make the decision that's best for them and their families.
So let's wrap up with this. You were born in '93, so I don't think you remember MJ on the court, but did you watch Space Jam growing up?
Yes.
So what do we think about LeBron in the role Space Jam 2? And I'm wondering if, you're going to be in there. Maybe you could, I don't know, take on that Sean Bradley role, something like that. We need a big man.
I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't seen it. I heard it's pretty good. The story behind it is pretty good, but hopefully I can take on the Sean Bradley role. Space Jam is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite basketball movies. So, it'll be great.
Yeah. I mean, I think you belong in there. And I mean, those are big shoes to fill. I mean, LeBron's trying to chase down Mike in his own way, I guess, on the court, although we don't need to compare him or anything. But now
I don't want to talk about that comparison.
I didn't
I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah. That's fine. I think that's been debated enough. But I mean, to go at Space Jam, that's a big deal right there. Like that's a big role to step into. Yeah,
for sure. He deserves it. I think, it's something that he, always wanted since there's been talks of a new Space Jam. And he finally got it. So it's well deserving, to even be in discussion with MJ, who's his favorite, who is Bron's favorite player. So I think to follow in his footsteps and have his, version of Space Jam, it's pretty dope. All
right, last question for real. We partner with the Players Tribune, AD, and I love I don't know if you ever listened to the Knuckleheads podcast with Q and Darius, but they had Paul George on there, and he was telling a story about, he's like, I was trying to get this big man to come to Indiana one day, and he was willing to come and play for the Pacers. And the people didn't think it was you, but he confirmed that, that you were actually at one point in time, you were willing to go and play in Indiana with Paul George. Is that true?
I don't remember. I don't know that. I cannot confirm or deny those allegations. No, I mean, back then, I think there was maybe 14 or 15 or something like that. I can't remember. And yeah, I mean, me and Paul talked for sure, but I think nothing ever really came out of it.
Yeah, well, that's true. Okay. So you guys did have a talk. It just never played.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, AD, congrats on your success. Phenomenal year for you guys. Continued success going forward, figuring out your deal, and great working with you today and working with Mobile One. We appreciate the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.